What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for October the 9th. I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes here before we actually start. We'll start at 7 o'clock, right on the dot. Again, guys, remember this session is the session that we go over every single pair that we look over during the NYC live trading session. He usually does these sessions, but he hit me up telling me if I could do it. I said yes, of course. So we'll be doing it. Again, we don't take any trades on this session. This is where we just go over, markup, update the charts that we look at during the NYC session. Go over the daily time frame, where we're at, what we're looking for. Go to the 4 hour, go to the 30. Look at the structure. Look at the 30-minute highs, 30-minute lows, any continuations. Any trades that we could get going into tomorrow, anything we could call out, that's what we'll be looking for the session. So if you guys have any questions, any pairs in particular and specific that you guys want me to look at, let me know. If not, the pairs that we're going to be going over are going to be the ones that you see with the red folder. Is going to be AU, EA, ECAD, EU, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, USD ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. But again, any questions about any other pairs, let me know, and I will gladly do them. Alright, let's get started, guys. So AU, daily time frame, once again, we know we're in A2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the bottom. However, we know that we are at the top of the zone of consolidation, looking for those safety trades, and we know price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. So at this moment, before we could, and it looks better on the 4 hour, right, before we could really be like, okay, we're gonna start this downtrend completely, we want to see these breaks, or we want to see a pullback, right? We're already going into Thursday. We're missing Thursday and Friday's trading session, right? But just getting ready for this upcoming week and the rest of this month, right? We already know that if we have a second week of drop this week in the 4 hour time frame, we know next week we're gonna get another low to be made. So I would love for price to start giving me these little internal uptrends, and then next week we'll start catching a trade back down to the bottom. I would love for something like this to happen on AU. So on the 30-minute time frame, again, really not looking for any entries until we until we get a pullback. Another day of drop, which is good. Still following the trend, still following the structure, still making lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. So you really can't be upset. However, this is one of those pairs where I need to see structure before anything else. I need to see a pullback before anything else. So AU, I'm gonna keep it this way. We'll just monitor this one going into tomorrow's trading session in the morning. Albert, what's good, my brother? Good evening, good evening. Euro AUD in the daily time frame, we know we are in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We know that price is still giving us lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. At the bottom of the zone of consolidation, we know these are our safety trades, right? In the 4 hour, we're still trading between the same 4 hour high and 4 hour low. Internal structure, right? We look at market structure still, we can still see lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. So going into these buys, we just don't want to get faked out, right? And then once again, we had 2 days of rise. Why didn't this 372 work out? Very simple, right? Market structure. Market structure, we're in a situation where could this be a lower high, and then this is where we'll see price push back down and give us a lower low. Right? Could that be here in the daily time frame? Lower low, lower high, lower low. So remember what I said. I wanted to see price break above the 50 EMA. And this was the 4-hour candle that printed yesterday. This was the 8th. This is the daily candle, I'm sorry. Daily candle. So this was 2 days, this was yesterday. So the fact that we didn't get that candle closure above the 50 EMA in the daily time frame, then price just moved sideways here, right on it in the 30-minute time frame. So, you know, we're in a situation where, yeah, we'd love for price to continue this uptrend, but right now internal is still giving us, or external is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. You know, I have to wait for these higher time frame structures to shift for me to then feel comfortable taking these trades. Right, because if we would have taken these trades, price would have just been in profit, went back to break even, then profit again, and then we're just pretty much sitting in break even still the entire day. Literally the entire day. So, Euro AUD, we will continue to monitor it, but we'll see how this continues for now. EURCAD still didn't give us that BOS, but it's all good. Again, we know we're in V1, we're looking for uptrends, we're looking for that second push to the top side. But before we could start that second push to the top side, we need to see a break of structure of these highs, which we still haven't gotten yet. We still don't have any clean break of structures of these highs. So we know that we could just get a pullback first, get these candle closures, these 30-minute gap closures down here to then continue the uptrend push. Could happen. Or we'll be looking for, we just gotta wait for a continuation to set up. Right, at this moment we have 2 weeks to drop, this week being the 3rd week. Price gave us a new low with the wick and then started that uptrend push, right? And in this uptrend push, it gave us a beautiful lower low, higher high change of character, 2 days of rise. However, we're on the 800 EMA, right? Price did give us that 3rd day push to the top side. We ended up the day on a rise no net. So the only thing that was missing for this one again, which is what I said this morning in the live trading session, right? I'm fine missing this trade today, right? I'm not going to force this trade. But what I do want to see by the end of the day before tomorrow's market session, I want to see this break of structure. Did we get that break of structure? No. So I'm still on the fence with this trade. I still need to see a clean break of structure of these highs before I can start taking a trade. So again, this is another pair of EURCAD that we'll just continue to monitor and we'll look at in the morning during the trading session. Euro USD, we are in V1. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation, looking for that second push, that second push to the top side. We know that internally, well, first of all, we know we had 3 months of rise. On the 3rd month, which was last month, gave us a no net, right? So we could be expecting a 4th month push to the top side. However, we know that price, as soon as we opened, price gave us a pullback back down to the bottom, and that's okay. In level 2, we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. In the internal time frame, this is the last push before the break to the top side, which we'll see here in the 4-hour time frame. Right, higher high, higher low, higher high. This isn't higher low, higher high, lower low, because these highs never broke. These were equal highs. Right, so we know that this is the higher low that we're looking for. So if we get a steeper pullback, we know that it's going to pull back into this area down here too. So right now we have a lot of confluence that price still wants to go a little bit steeper, which is okay, right? Because we understand that in the 30-minute time frame, our confirmation that price is going to go higher and that we're not going to be continuing a pullback is going to be once we got a break of structure. Did price ever give us a break of structure? No, it gave us the inducement, testing candle, lower low, lower high, and it just continued lower low, lower high to continue the trend for today. Moving counter against the trend, so again, I'm not going to be looking to trade this. However, again, I'm keeping it updated. When the time comes that this starts giving us higher highs and higher lows, best believe we'll be taking these trades. So that's all we're waiting on. There's a few pairs that are very similar to this, like GU. GU is very similar to what EU is looking like. GA, we are in V2, we're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation, not the best spot we want to be in. However, we do want to be on the 50 EMA, we want to bounce off the 50 EMA. So let's start looking. Do we have any internal shifts in character, anything that we could see that, okay, this is where price is going to start going up? In the 4 hour, again, we know that our 4 hour highs and 4 hour lows are pretty much these highs and these lows. Everything else is internal. But looking at market structure, we can see price giving us lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows, right? And then going into the 30-minute, we can see price giving us change of character, higher high, which this isn't, I wouldn't even say that this is the change of character, right? This is also what I was talking about this morning in the live session, right? I would say that this is where price gave us the lower low. I'm sorry, the higher high change of character, higher low, higher high, higher low, but I wouldn't be able to call this a significant pullback. So we would have to sit here and say that, okay, no, we're really trading between this higher high change of character. All of this is part of the same trend, right? We would have to say that this is where price gave us something like this, right? And this is where price is going to tell us, okay, we're either going to get a break to continue, or this is where price is going to reject and go short, right? And the way we can mark this is easy. We have 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, market was chop or drop. What did price do? It ended up giving us another day of rise. So, you know, this is already giving us a little bit of a confirmation, like, okay, we're not going to go up yet. Now, what I do like about this, to continue going up, right? And maybe what it'll do is, this is just that what we see here. This is just a break of structure, and we're just looking for a steeper pullback, right? And where would that pullback be? Down in this area right here. Now, why? The last red candle before the push to the top side, where did it happen? It happened here. We also have in the 30-minute time frame, what do we have? An engulfing candle. Beautiful engulfing candle. Do we ever have a retest? No. Right? So, boom. Here we go. This is where our patience just has to kick in. So now we know in these highs, once again, it's very simple. To continue to look for these higher highs and higher lows, we need to see either break of structure, right? Retest to continue, or again, I don't trade against the trend, so I'm not going to be looking for these sells. I'm not looking for these setups, but we know that price is going to reject these highs to continue the push back down to the bottom to these lows down here. And this is where we'll start taking our trades back to the top. So GA will monitor this for the rest of the week, but we're going to be looking for those pullbacks to happen first. GCAD, we are in V1. Already broke above our V1, so technically we're in level 2. That push up to the top side. We know we're looking for price to bounce off the 200. We're looking good, still making higher highs and higher lows. 4 hour time frame, we know we're trading still higher high, higher low. Once again, these highs never broke here. These were testing candles, right? So we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. We're looking for a pullback. Beautiful, we got a pullback. Price in the 30-minute, we're still looking for those break of structures. We know we had this little change of character, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price went up to the top side. We still don't have that break above. We still don't have that change of character. Will look good on GCAD. 2 days of rise, looking for a third day push. Beautiful 372. Ended up giving us that third day already at 6 a.m. So, however, GCAD is very similar to the other pairs. I need to see a break above here to then continue. So, GCAD, just being patient with this. Take a sip of water real quick, guys. Sorry, I'm still a little sick, so bear with me. Alright, so GCAD, we know we are, that was GCAD, no? Yeah. GJ, I still don't like GJ. Right? We spoke about this morning. I don't like where we're at in the structure. Like an external daily time frame, we're still up. Price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows. Right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and this could be where price is going to continue to make higher highs. However, in the 4 hour, we're making lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this be a lower high to continue going lower lows? And we could see where price could be rejecting from these highs to continue going short. And we can see that price still hasn't broken these highs yet. So we're in a situation where, yeah, the highs look good, right? You can see how I mapped this out so it can make sense for everybody, right? Yeah, the highs make sense, but we have to understand that once we get to this point up here, the same way we did on Friday going into Sunday, Monday for this week, we need to see that break. If we don't get that break, we're going to go right back down to the bottom. Right? Similar here. If we don't get that break, what are we doing? Going right back down to the bottom. If we don't get that break at the bottom, what are we doing? Going back up to the top. Right? Same thing here. If we don't get a break, a clean break above these highs, what is price going to do? Going back down to the bottom. So it's one of those situations where, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Even here in the 30-minute time frame, yeah, we have, it's 2 days of rise, we're gonna take a third day. Like, again, I can't say that in the zone, right? In the zone that we're trading in, that we've been trading in for about a week and a half now, since the 25th, 26th of September up until now, I just don't like the zone that we're trading in. Before I could take a trade, I need to see either a break above the zone or I need to see a break below. That's the only thing I'm waiting for. Everything else is just noise trying to trap us into a trade. Right? So I'm not going to get trapped. I'm going to allow GJ to set up. I'm going to allow GJ to move. Right? Give us those change of characters. Give us those break of structures for me to then go ahead and take a trade. But, I mean, again, like we drew out this morning, very beautiful trade. Right? If you were up during Asia session, and you took this trade anywhere, pretty much in the zone, it was really nice. So can't complain. GJ is moving how it's supposed to. GU continued the downtrend push. So this was another pair that we had people in the stream this morning like, oh, why don't you just take these trades? We know price is gonna go up, and it's like, okay, yeah, but very simple rules. We're following step by step, right? So start from the top. Right, GU, we know that we have the break of structure. We know we're in V1 looking for that second push to the top side. We already have the break of structure. After a break of structure, we're looking for a pullback. So this is where we started mapping out GU piece by piece. This is how I look at every single chart. Every single time we look at the daily, the 4 and the 30-minute time frame. Right? So especially when we're looking for an entry. So in the daily time frame, we have the break of structure. Cool. I'm going to add the fib for extra confluence to understand, okay, where could price pull back to? We know we had 3 months of rise, so this month I'm not expecting price to continue to push to the top side. I'm expecting a pullback, right? So when we're looking at our fib retracements for a pullback, our first little support zone, we could say, right? It's the 23.6 retracement. That's where we're at right now. So there's a lot of traders who, as soon as price goes into their pullback, they're getting in. They're not waiting for nothing else, whether that's a daily time frame entry, 4 hour, 30-minute time frame. People just wait for price to reach a zone and get in without waiting for the confirmations, right? And that's where you're going to lose a lot of your trades. Now, me understanding, like, okay, cool, we're in this fib retracement. What do I want to see now in the lower time frame? Right? This is where we start going into the 4 hour. Right? Before I could get into a trade going long, I need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. Right? So in the 4 hour, we're like, okay, cool, we're making higher highs and higher lows, and right now price is in this higher low. We're still good. Right? However, looking at how price is moving now in the internal time frame in the 30-minute, what is price doing? Lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, lower low, lower high to where we're at now in the lower low. right? What else did we have today? We were like, oh, we're trading in these lower lows. There's a 30-minute engulfing candle. We have to get in now. Price has to go up in these lows. And what did price do? Still would be in drawdown. We would have been in drawdown since 4 5 a.m. if we would have taken this trade, right? And technically not even that early, because we waited for the break, the retest happened during NYC at 8:30. So we would have been in drawdown since 8 o'clock. That's almost 12 hours. Right now, if we wait for our confirmations, our anchors, we wait for price to give us those change of characters, break of structures, we avoid taking those trades. And that's exactly what we did today. So GU, we're still waiting on it, just like Euro USD, US30, we're pretty much still, me personally, I'm not going to trade it. We have 2 days of rise, already gave us a 3rd day push, woke up with started the new market day, right? The Wednesday market opened up with a gap. So markets woke up with a gap today, reset the trend. We're back up in the 30-minute highs, we're back on the 4-hour highs. We pretty much broke above this little zone of consolidation, still not above our high from Friday of last week, but we're back up in these highs. So again, this is where price is either going to reject the same way we rejected these lows to continue going high, but instead we're going to go low, right? Reject the highs to go low, or we're going to see price break above to continue. So US30, I don't really have anything new here. We're in higher highs. We're in the highest point in the market. We have these gaps at the bottom that we know price has to come down and fill. But before we could take those trades going short, we need to wait for those confirmations, right? And again, those confirmations are going to happen in the 30-minute time frame. Once we could see a clean change of character, break of structure, that's when we could take a trade. But we had a change of character, lower low, change of character, higher high, change of character, lower low, change of character, higher high. So like, what are we going to trade, right? But if we would have gotten a change of character, break of structure, and we would have gotten a break below the 800 EMA, oh, we would take all of these shorts and those continuations, and we would have had no problem going to those lows. But the fact that we never had those break of structures and price just continued to make higher highs and higher lows, right? We'll let it rock. We'll wait for the continuations in the lower time frame. So USDCAD is another one. I'm not even gonna waste my time really breaking this one down. This is another one that I'm looking for a pullback. We have so many days that price has just been pushing up and up. Right, so I need to see a pullback before I can start taking a trade on this pair. We're looking good though. Higher highs and higher lows the entire time. Can't complain. Can't ask for better structure. Very similar to EU. This one is good too. You have 2 weeks of rise. So once again, you finish on a 2nd week of rise this week. We already know next week we're right back in this. Right, we'll be looking for a pullback. Once we got that pullback, we know we could take this trade 10 out of 10 times every single time we see it pop up in the market. Right, but we would love to start seeing price give us a pullback sometime soon. Right, sometime soon. USD ZAR real quick. V2, we're looking for that 3rd push to the top side. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation in an uptrend, so we know these are safety trades. We have a daily engulfing candle. Did we ever get that retest? Right, red, green. We had the break. This is where we'll look for a pullback. So we haven't gotten a real pullback yet into the zone. Let's go back here. Red, green. We have another engulfing candle here. See this on the 4. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, we'd love to get a pullback on this pair. Can you expand the gap, or can you explain a gap, and does it reset the market? Yeah, so easiest way to explain it, right? Whenever you see a gap there's two things to pinpoint what a gap does, right? So the number one main thing you should worry about what a gap does in the market is reset the trend, right? It resets the pattern, it resets whatever the market is giving you, right? So in this case, right, USDCAD is a good example. There's gaps on USDCAD, but in this example for US30, right, we would have 2 days of rise. So then today's market, right, for Wednesday, today's Wednesday or today's Thursday? For Thursday's market, we'd be looking for a 372 for price to continue going high. However, the fact that price gave us a gap in the market, it reset the trend. So I'm no longer looking at this as a trend back up to the top side, right? And this could be to confuse traders too. And I know this is probably a little bit too much, but I'm going to say it anyway. But the traders who aren't looking at structure the correct way, they're looking at this being the external structure where price gave us higher high, higher low, and higher high. So there's a lot of traders right now who are getting faked out or trading this as a continuation, not only because if they don't know the rules of the gaps, which 99.9% of traders don't understand that either, continuations and how they work, right? Well, what will they be looking for? They'll be looking for a pullback in this area to then continue going high. But the fact that we know the rules of the 372, we know the rules of the gaps, we know the rules of our 30-minute highs, our 4-hour highs, and daily highs, what's the probability of this being that entry, right? Also, look at the zone of consolidation that we're in. This is a little bit of like I'm giving you the full example, right? The full explanation of the market, right? And why is it's really important to understand the full piece of the puzzle, right? Because a lot of traders will be zoomed into this and they'll think, oh yeah, no, we got a clean break of structure, right? And I'll ask you guys in the chart, in the chat, did we get a break of structure of this zone? On US30, the way we can see the chart right now, did we get a break of structure of the zone? Could we continue to trade these prices going up on US30? Yes or no in the chat. Did we get a break of structure of the zone? I'll give you guys 1 minute to answer that question in the chat. If you don't know the answer, it's all good, right? This is what we're here for. We're here to learn, right? But Albert, I hope that's making sense, right? To kind of answer your question just real quick too on that note is the gaps reset the trend. Anybody in the chat, just a few more seconds here, 15 more seconds. Is this a break of structure on US30? Could we expect price to continue this push to the top side? No? Okay. So, to answer the question, no, this is not a break of structure. Why? Because the high of this structure is up here. So before I could continue to look for a trade, I need to see a break of structure of these highs to continue going long. So I hope that makes sense. If not, let me know and I'll try to explain it again. So USDs are, we did that. So then gold. Gold in the daily time frame, very similar to US30 and GJ. We're in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. We're in a higher high. We're looking for a pullback, a higher low, right? How do we know we're looking for a higher low? Again, we already have 3 months of rise, so this month I'm not expecting price to continue to push to the top side. I'm looking for price either give me a pullback or just consolidate, and we can see that price has already given us a pullback, right? In the 4-hour time frame, we had 3 weeks of rise. On the 4th week, price gave us a drop. Perfect. This week, price continued that. No problem, right? So we could see where price is giving us lower lows and lower highs, right? And in the 30-minute time frame, we could also go a step back on this, right? Do the same thing we did for GU. right? Which is, well, if price continues going long, right, where are we gonna expect price to give us a pullback, right? And again, this is where fibs are going to come in handy, right? When we got to the 23.6 retracement, did price continue the uptrend? No, it rejected the highs and went short. Boom, lower low, lower high, lower low. Once we get to 38.6, again, this is where we got to do the same thing. Is this finally where price is going to turn around and go back long? Or are we going to continue the downtrend push? Right? So, I have too many. There you go. Right? This is where the lower time frame comes in handy. We know we had the change of character. We know we have the break of structure. Right? We had the little internal third push to the bottom here, and price is still rejecting these lows. We still don't want to break these lows. Right? Price also gave us another day to the bottom, so we know we'll be looking for at least a pullback here. Right? We have to wait for a pullback. So I don't think we'll continue these downtrend pushes as of right now. I think we'll be looking for a pullback back to the top side to then continue that breakdown to the bottom. But it really depends. Right now we could really internalize this just a little bit. We can say that we're looking for price to either break above here or break below here. That's what I'm gonna be looking for on gold. Bitcoin chart doesn't open, or it doesn't close for another 30 minutes, but we can see where price is giving us lower low, lower high, right? Lower low all the way down here. Right, and exactly what I was waiting for today. What were we talking about? Well, for this to be a valid shoulder head shoulder in the internal time frame, right? Following the trend that we're in from the higher time frame down into the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? To continue, little shoulder head shoulder, we broke below, gave a little pullback. In this pullback, gave us a little shoulder head shoulder once again, right? What were we looking for? That break of structure, right? That break of structure was also followed by a 372. So Bitcoin, we're getting in this area where we look good, and then now price is going back down. So we'll wait it out. We'll see what price wants to do. And then oil, this is the last pair for the night. Again, guys, any questions, let me know. Oil, we are in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the bottom. We're in that second level. Second level, we're looking for price bounce off the 200 EMA. That's exactly what price did. In the lower low, we pushed up into a lower high on the 200 EMA. It's beautiful. In the 4-hour time frame, we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Price pushed up, gave us a lower high. And in the 30-minute, price now gave us a change of character, gave us a beautiful break of structure, right? Could be a nice little zone to get into a 372. Now, the only thing I don't like about this 372, very similar to the ones that we've seen happen these last couple weeks, 800 EMA. The fact that price did not break below the 800 EMA, did not give us a clean break of structure, tells me that this is maybe not the best time to take a trade. So I'm going to be very cautious taking these trades on US oil. I'm going to be super selective, and I'm going to wait for the right opportunity. That's pretty much it, guys. Any questions, let me know. Anything you guys want me to explain again, let me know. If not, we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session at 7 a.m. Pretty quick class today. Not too much going on. News didn't really do anything too crazy. For the most part, we're looking for a lot of just pullbacks to happen or break of structures to happen. there's not too much going on. Just kind of looking at these pairs, trying to see what could we be looking for tomorrow. For tomorrow we'll be looking for a lot of pullbacks. Gonna give everybody another minute here. Any questions, let me know. USDCAD or US30 could be a good one. Nothing too crazy. We'll see this in the morning. Alright, guys. We'll see you guys in the morning. Again, 7 a.m. Eastern Time for the live trading session. Peace out.